What's up, guys? Professor Joe here, my wife Jess at Bayshore Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and right now what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple attacks from the mount. Okay, so I'm going to have Jess lay down. Okay, so while I have my opponent here in the mount, okay, they're most likely going to be. Okay, so I'm going to go 2-on-1. My hand on the side of the arm that I'm looking to attack is going to go for the arm, the elbow. The other arm is going to go for the wrist. Okay, from here I'm going to use my weight. I lean forward, bring the arm down to the mat. My elbow drops right into the crook of the neck, or right on the mat in front of the crook of the neck. If we drop the crook of the neck, that's a pretty rough move. Okay, so from here, this hand is continuing to hold their hand down to the mat. The other hand is going to make a swiping motion underneath the elbow. It's going to come up through the hole. It's going to cover my own wristwatch. Okay, now from here, right away, I'm going to motorcycle my wrists, like such. Okay, now I have a nice strong grip on this arm. Now, some people will just drag the arm back like a paintbrush on the mat, elevate, and get a tap there. And it will work on some people. However, on most people, and on people with very flexible shoulders, this motion isn't going to be enough. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to shoot my backside leg backwards, twisting my hip down towards the mat, opening up my hip here, and pulling my heel in towards my butt, and driving my knee in, and my other foot, probably can't see it, or maybe you can, is going to come back, creating a post. Okay, so from here. Now from here, my weight is still in my chest. I'm going to start to slide my elbow straight down towards her hip. You saw she already tapped right here. Okay, Jess doesn't have very flexible elbows. But what I focused on was keeping her elbow bent at 90 degrees, okay, and also keeping her wrist glued to the mat. Okay, so let's look at this again. Okay, I'm going 2-on-1. I go elbow, wrist, use my weight coming down, elbow onto the mat at the crook of the neck. This hand keeps their wrist glued to the mat. And let's create a swiping motion. Cover my own wristwatch. From here, motorcycle the wrists. Some people can finish just by dragging the knuckles backwards across the mat while elevating the elbow. Okay, other people are going to be more difficult. I shoot my hip back, I turn my hips, creating a pinch between my backside knee and my front ankle across their hips. From here, I start to slowly drag the wrist back, and you see I have a lot more range of motion after the tap. Okay? So the next thing we're going to look at is what to do if, when we bring the arm down, they immediately straighten it out. Okay? So I bring it down, boom, they straighten it out. Okay? From here, I'm still going to use that same swiping motion. This time, I'm going to come, instead of up to my wrist, down towards my elbow. Okay, what I want to do is I want to create a fulcrum right below the base of their elbow, just past the actual joint, up towards the shoulder. Okay, once I have this fulcrum, okay, I can lean forward. I'm going to bring my forehead down to my hands. My hips splay out nice and wide, so I have a nice wide base. Now, if I'm going to try to bring their knuckles down to the mat with my head. If they get there, which quite often they don't, at that point, I'm going to elevate my own elbow. Now, as you can see, her wrist is elevating as I do that. Okay? When I come here and I start to elevate, her arm's not going to like that. Okay? So let's look again. So I'm here. She straightens out the arm. Swipe underneath. Instead of the wrist this time, coming to my own elbow, the inside of my own elbow. I lean forward, I splay out my hips, getting heavy on my hips. I use my forehead to bring her hand down towards the mat. My elbow, or my forearm, I should say, should be between her elbow and her tricep, preferably right down by the base of the elbow. Okay, it can't be on the elbow, but just slightly past it. Okay? A third option is when I start to push down, she turns her arm in that direction. So she turns her arm like such. Okay? When this happens, I'm gonna pull the arm, I'm gonna pull her shoulder up towards my chest. I'm gonna post my hands. Windshield wipe to a knee on belly. And now look, this hand over here is gonna bear the brunt of my weight. I swing my leg around, rotate, all the way around. Look, I've got a 2-on-1. I'm back heeling with my heels. My knees come together. I bring her arm to my back shoulder. Start to sit back. And I have my straight arm lock. So let's just look at that one more time. I just scoot you back a little bit there. And rotate. Okay, so coming here. As I'm trying to attack the arm, she brings the hand pointing down towards her feet. Okay, I control the arm, post. Windshield wipe to a knee on belly. Step around. Come here. I can bring my heel over the head if I'd like. What I'm trying to do is create a pinch point between my heels and my butt. Okay, from here, my backside arm, I'm gonna bring her arm across, my back shoulder, creating a fulcrum on my back hip. So it's here, I come here, heeling in, knees together. Then I have a lot more room for breakage. That's a series of 3 arm locks from the mount.